Hey, this is Chuck Billy from Testament right here on Bay Area Backstage. Yeah.
Pull the string. Pull the string.
Scoodly, wow, wow, wow.
Bay Area Backstage.
M. Suggested for mature audiences. Parental discretion advised.
All these factors must be considered as we plan for the survival of our homes, our families, and our nation in the nuclear age.
Hey, what's going on? It's Chuck Billy from Testament. Right now, this killer day right here in Mountain View, California at the Mayhem Rockstar Fest. Metalheads everywhere, ready to kick ass here. What's going on, man? I don't remember back at that show. I just know not seeing the Megadeth guys for a long time. Last year, 2010, we hooked up with them and been doing actually quite a few shows with them over the last year and a half. And it's always, when you see bands you toured with in the past, it's always like, it brings it right back to like back in the day, old times, there you are. Like it's never changed. So it's good. It's good to see that. Well, I know just as a kid, young kid, first band, I think 1974, Kiss at the, it was in San Francisco. I don't even know what the name of the venue was there. But we were very young, and seeing that, a young kid right there was like, holy smokes, and for a young kid to see that, that was pretty over the top, watching the Kiss show. So for me, that's what kind of turned me out for that style of music and the metal and everything, and knew that there was a darker side to music, and I think that was it for us. Most of the lyrics are just stuff that's done, just personal things that happened in my life. How filthy? What's going on? Just everyday things that people can relate to, I guess. First starts with Eric writing the music. I can't do anything without music, and then once that's done, then I'll study it, put it in the car for a couple of weeks, and just keep listening to it over and over until something comes up. And that's always seems to be the best way. Stick with your first instinct. Well, I think it's great for like bands being able to afford to buy their own recording equipment and do records, within their budgets, because old days when the record studios would take $200,000 are gone. So it's a whole different world. And the biggest thing from like the analog old school stuff was that sounded a lot bigger. And I think over the years people started understanding how to make the digital sound as big and warm as the analog stuff. So it's always evolving, and people are just figuring it out, and how to make the digital sound better, So it's just a big evolution, but you got to learn by trial by fire, basically, I don't have any advice, just, you always got to take care of voice. It's always good to train your voice and do warm-ups and stuff like that. I've been using the same warm-up for about 20 years now. And, after you get to that point, it just becomes like, something that you feel like if you didn't do it that night, you might have a bad show or something, or you're not singing properly because you didn't do the warm-up. So, you got to have a ritual and have something that, a routine, because especially bands that go on tour and it's day in, day out, and it gets to be the same thing and the same show and the same set. You got to kind of pace it, and kind of, use kind of your mind to kind of make you get through it as well. Because some guys, I know in our younger years, you'd go there and not think about it, party hard, and next thing you know, your voice is shot. And you're just like, man, I shouldn't have partied that hard last night. So, you know, that's just, you know, being aware of that kind of stuff, you know. Well, I like especially learning from Ronnie. Ronnie is probably one of the ones that I think for myself taught me the most. Ronnie was a guy who always took the time and remembered everybody and always took the time to talk to you and was always a pleasant person. I've never seen him not give his fan the time of day, you know, what they deserved. So for me, I've always learned just from that point, you always gotta treat the fans the way you would want to be treated. So it's carried me a long way over my career, you know. So I think that's what a lot of the fans stay true, is because when you're true to something and you believe in something, they could see that, you know. We just feel fortunate because our style of music in the early 80s, where there was only a handful of bands in the early 80s that was doing thrash metal style music, and then in the 90s it fell off the planet, and then here we are now, 2011. Over the last 5 years, I think it's probably been the strongest metal in America for sure. And fortunately, Testament, a band like us, is still here, you know, playing our style of music. It fits right in. So, you know, it's kind of cool. I mean, I think what not to do is try not to jump on bandwagons, especially with what styles of music are happening at the time or are popular or whatever. You know, once you start getting to playing all kinds of stuff, you get lost in the shuffle and people don't know what you're about. So it's always best just to stay true to what you do and do the best you can at it. For me, I mean, right now, the music definitely does, you know, but my friends and family, I think right now at this point in my life, just because they've always been there for me no matter what. And at this point in life, they're the ones that keep you calm and keep you grounded to the planet. You know, so, you know, I think that's it, my family and friends for sure. We're finishing our new record, hopefully by the end of the year. So we'll see. And right after we finish the record, you know, we're going to hit the road again, you know, in formation. I think we toured like about 2.5 years on that record. So as soon as the record comes out, we're ready to go. There's a lot of countries, a lot of places we haven't been in a long time. We look forward to getting there. I think that's it. You know, look out for the new record, man. Should be good this year, and we look forward to getting back on the road. If you weren't here at the Mayhem Festival, you missed us.
We are in great place. We are in great place.